Emotional detachment for clarity. How to make cleaner decisions by stepping out of the drama. Most people think decision-making is about speed, confidence, or going with your gut. But here's the truth. The quality of your choices depends more on the state of mind you're in when you make them than on the speed you make them. If you're emotionally charged, angry, anxious, euphoric, or desperate, you're not thinking in straight lines, you're not weighing outcomes, you're reacting, not reasoning. Emotional detachment doesn't mean being cold or heartless. It means creating mental space between stimulus and response. Exactly what Viktor Frankl described in Man's Search for Meaning. Open quote. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response, close quote. That space is the difference between moves that are clean and strategic and moves that are sloppy, costly, and full of regret. Why? Emotional detachment matters. When you get caught in someone else's emotional storm, your partner's meltdown, a coworker's drama, a client's panic, or a friend's financial disaster, your perspective gets hijacked. Urgency is contagious, anger is contagious, even optimism can be contagious to the point of clouding judgment. Psychologist Daniel Goleman in Emotional Intelligence calls it the amygdala hijack, when your brain's fear or anger centers take over before logic can engage. In those moments, you are biologically predisposed to overreact. Detachment is your shield. It stops the hijack. It keeps your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles logic and foresight, in control. In business, this might mean not matching a competitor's aggressive move out of pride. In life, it might mean not firing off an angry text that will only escalate the fight. Spotting the shift, reacting versus thinking. The first step is awareness. When you're reacting, your thoughts feel fast, tight, and urgent. You might notice short, shallow breathing, clenched jaw or tense shoulders, a burning need to fix this now. Focus on winning the moment instead of seeing the full chessboard. When you're thinking, your thoughts feel slower and wider. You see options, not just threats. You're not chasing the fastest answer, you're weighing the smartest one. A self-check question that works in both boardrooms and living rooms. Open quote, if I had to explain this decision to a calm, neutral outsider tomorrow, would I feel confident? Close quote. If the answer is no, or even I'm not sure, you're probably reacting, creating mental space before you move. Once you notice you're in reaction mode, you have one job: create space. That space is the gap where clarity enters. Practical techniques, the time buffer. Say, let me think on this and get back to you. It buys hours or days to cool down and gather data. Physical shift. Step outside, change rooms, take a walk. As neuroscientist Andrew Huberman notes, altering your visual environment disrupts the emotional loop. Micro reset tasks. Brew coffee, water plants, reorganize a drawer. Small physical actions reset your nervous system. Even a 2-minute pause changes your biochemistry enough to drop emotional intensity and restore logical thinking. How detachment cleanse your decisions. When you operate from detachment, strategic vision, you think in weeks and months, not just minutes. Reduced bias, you're less swayed by someone else's tone or urgency. Consistency, your actions match your core values, not just your current mood. Think about Warren Buffett. His biggest investment decisions often took weeks or months, not because he didn't know what to do, but because he refused to be rushed by market noise. Tools to make detachment a habit. 1. Delay by default. Unless it's truly urgent, make "I'll confirm tomorrow" your standard. Instant agreement is the enemy of clear thinking. 2. Separate people from problems. As Stephen Covey emphasized in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, seek first to understand, then to be understood. View the problem as an object, not a person. 3. Write before you act. Get the decision on paper, your reasoning, your options, your fears. The act of writing slows thinking and reveals weak spots. 4. Run the playback test. Ask, when I felt this way before, what choice did I make and how did it turn out? Your own history is a better teacher than anyone else's advice. Personal life applications. In arguments, pause before responding, even if it means silent eye contact for 10 seconds. In family emergencies, assess before act. Sometimes the urgent request is emotional theatre. In relationships, don't make big promises or ultimatums in emotional highs or lows. Business applications, negotiations, a deliberate pause makes the other side reveal more. Chris Voss in Never Split the Difference calls this tactical silence. Crisis management. Announce you're assessing the situation before deciding. This signals leadership, not hesitation. Hiring, firing. Never make personnel decisions at peak frustration. Wait until the heat drops and clarity rises. The long-term payoff. Living with emotional detachment as a default yields compound benefits. Fewer messes to clean up. A reputation for being unshakable. More respect from peers, partners, and even opponents. Over time, people stop trying to bait you into impulsive moves because they know it won't work. It's not about being distant. It's about being the calm in the storm. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, open quote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength."